GSL.
Welcome back to the GSL Code S. And you know what that music means? It means it's time for our final match. We had Violet, surprisingly so, take out IM MVP 2-0. Unbelievable, in fact.
Really well played by Violet, and he's up against another Terran player now. We have the last match for the day. We have the last game that is going to, well, the last was the 3 that is going to determine who is advancing besides Seed.
You know, right during that 5-minute break, I went to the bathroom, in fact, and in the bathroom I saw Mr. Che and MVP, and Mr. Che asked MVP, why did you play mech? And also, why did you play on Ohana and not Antigua? And he said, these days I don't like playing on Antigua. I've been practicing mech, and that's what happened. But he's lost twice now using mech. He lost in the team league on Whirlwind with a mech against Roach Play, and then he lost now again. Yeah.
Against Symbol. And the funny thing is, Symbol said after that he just anticipated mech. He went straight for an anti-mech build because he was like, MVP is going to play mech on this map, and he was right.
Yeah, he was.
And now we have the next map, and it's not Ohana. Nope, it is Atlantis Spaceship. A very, very big map, and this will suit Violet.
I don't know what I dislike more about this map, how it's a little bit too big or how it looks like a bear. I'm not sure. I have to decide. Only time will tell. Violet versus TaeJa in our final best of 3. It will determine who will join Seed in the round of 8, the GSL Code S Season 3 for 2012. There is a dance party going down on this map.
And one of these two players will go down. Right now we have to the bottom left in the red our Zerg player, who was very successful against last turn he played.
Empire Violet.
Had a good run there, had a good time, defeating him 2-0. And now he's up against a Liquid player. He's up against the player starting to the top right in the blue, our Terran.
Liquid TaeJa.
Very strong player. I just had an experience that I want to share with you guys where I had a cup of coffee earlier and I finished most of it, okay?
I told you yesterday, easy on the coffee, Will.
Right. I know, but I want a second cup, so I filled the second cup.
Second?
Yes. And
okay,
this is a small paper cup, alright? You guys don't know because you can't see, but it's a small paper cup.
Oh, you mean the gum coffee
yes,
thingies?
Yes,
okay,
one of these office cups that you would find next to the water cooler. So, I placed my new cup inside of my old cup, and when I went to drink coffee, there was barely any left right as the game was starting. I spilled coffee all over my face, and I was like, well, how did that happen? There was barely any coffee left. And then I did it a second time, but now I realize that it's because the residual coffee from the cup that was underneath must have spilled out. And the way I put my lips on it, it came through and hit me in the face. I'm very embarrassed, and I just wanted to share this story with you guys because it was awful and it was scary. When that coffee hit my face the second time, I was like, I don't know.
Well, it was also a little bit, who was scared, and what was a little bit scared was actually what Violet and TaeJa just did, because Violet scouted with the drone. And this is actually amazing, because a drone scout on this map, this is something a lot of Zerg players just won't do. They're like, no, I'm not going for a drone scout, a worker scout on this map, not going to happen. But TaeJa plays a 14cc. He actually starts with the command center first, and Violet goes in. He sees, well, this is a little bit odd. All these workers, I can't see a barracks, so something is wrong. Goes in again, checks it, sees actually that there is a command center being built, tries to harass the SCV a little bit, and now has the perfect vision on everything that's happening and starts with early gas.
Yeah, but he's still lucky he didn't spill coffee on his face.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if he would have spilled coffee on his face right now, I think that would distract him a lot.
Yeah, so...
Talking about spilling coffee while those build orders just unfold.
Yeah, I want
The hardest part right now is actually walking from the hot water thingy with a coffee bag.
Oh,
every
dude.
single time people try to bump into me. It's actually not by accident. They try to, and they try to. This is really hot. Those cups and this water that we get here is like really hot.
It is so hot.
I am so amazing when I start dodging them. I'm like one of these water dancer guys who's like, and I swoosh around them. But every single time they try to just slap the coffee cup out of my hand.
It's like it's intense.
That's on purpose.
The first time that you spill coffee on your hand will be the last, because I had that about three or 4 weeks ago. It happened to me, and I burnt my hand severely. In fact, it hurt for days, and I've never since, man. I'm so good. You and we are pros at getting that coffee, getting the hot water, whatever it takes, man.
Third world problems, right there.
It's been a tough challenge to learn how to get back safely, but
he's not trying to catch this overlord. Now
No.
he sees it. Now he doesn't.
no,
I don't think he saw it.
no, I don't think he's not expecting
But
it.
the overlord sees the double barracks, and he knows that this makes 4 in total.
By the way, I really want to say that I feel like not enough Zergs are going for early pools against Terran on these big maps anymore, especially this one that's a 2-player map. I can't remember the last time I did not see a command center first on this map against Zerg, and I feel like not enough Zergs are mixing in early pools. These Marines, by the way, are going to get trapped and trounced.
Well, Idra did the kind of, but he got completely obliterated. The thing is, it's just too risky. Against the Protoss, you can still do some damage, but against a Terran player, as soon as he has 1 Marine and a Wolof, you're done.
Well, is Idra 6-pulling Terran, or is he 6-pulling a show match, man? That's the question.
That is actually a really good question. But right now, what is a little bit more pressing is TaeJa's attack at the third, and I have to say that these small attacks with Marines, they are worth so much. He might not kill the expansion, but he damages it severely.
Yeah.
And that was really scary. I mean, Viola was just standing there like, hey, where did you guys come from?
It got a little bit scary for him, for sure. The Zerglings were out of position. He got a little bit lucky in a way, because Violet, if he had spotted those right away, would have just surrounded them and killed them. He would have gained nothing. But because he was so careful with how he sent them, he does take out half of the hit points on the hatchery. It's down to 750 now. And he can, next time he pushes, target it a lot faster as a result.
Exactly, a drop is now something that he has to be really scared about. So, one of the things that happens now is that Violet and TaeJa are trying to get their upgrades done. We have double engineering bay against the double evolution chamber. The Overlord finally dies as TaeJa kind of realizes that his opponent is aware of what's going on. So he spots the Overlord, lifts the barracks to grant him the vision onto the high ground and takes him down. And here come the Hellions. This is something that Keen does on this map. He was able to defeat Nest with a style with Hellions, early Hellions in the game. And now we have even more being built by TaeJa. There are a lot of ways how you can approach the third and the natural of your opponent with Hellions, so a lot of open space that you can kind of abuse, use to your advantage, and this is what TaeJa tries to do.
Oh, he's going to not only... Oh, that was pretty smart. I think that was intentional. He actually took the tumor out by attacking the Queen, doing the splash damage to that tumor. Now these Zerglings are going to run by, but there's a full wall off, ready to greet them. He's just continuing to check for that third base and checking his opponent's composition. At this point, the starport finishes up for TaeJa. He's doing not the build that we discussed earlier, but will be getting out reactored medevacs to put pressure on early. This is a newer style, but it has been quite popular recently, where you use medevacs with Hellions and Marines to attack your opponent on the ground. And when the hatchery has been damaged like it has, it's a great push to do. And immediately, Violet knows what's up. He's starting to add some spine crawlers because he knows he's going to be facing a ground push very soon.
Marauders, Stim, +1/+1 being researched, Blue Flame on its way, the Armory. TaeJa is gearing up here. He's definitely gearing up, but so does Violet, who is not only tagging to lair, but also adds another Baneling, well, the first Baneling nest into the picture. So this is going to be a great game. And in my opinion, what Violet really has to put a little bit more focus to is spreading his creep. On a map like this, if you are able to spread creep like really widely and dominate the map with it, then you have complete control over everything that's going on. You have the scouting information, you know exactly when your opponent is going to approach it, and he sees it now, as now we have suddenly those few Hellions trying to take down the tumors. And well, that was really well done.
Yeah, he's actually really doing a good job with those. It's amazing.
Did he scan? He didn't.
No, he killed.
He saw where the creep was and how it actually, how it was actually like shaped, and he knew where the tumor was.
Yep. I think he may have seen it get dropped, and it just burrowed at the last second, so he couldn't stop it. So he was like, "All right, I know exactly where it is." If he actually predicted at that angle, that would be too crazy.
He's the Hellion Whisperer.
Yeah, man. He's like, I don't know, man. I think you just like saw what he was, and then I tried to say something, and I was like, "No, yeah, you're right, yeah." Baneling's speed is almost done. Spire is on the way. 1-1 upgrades coming out at a pretty nice time, or rather 2-2 upgrades for both players. Armor a little bit ahead for TaeJa. The attack upgrades pretty similarly timed. The composition that TaeJa is building is could not be more standard. I think we're going to see just a few mutas come out of the Spire while he takes the 4th base in the center. And he's going to use those just to shut down drops. Then he will go into the Infestation Pit, just like we saw earlier against MVP on the Whirlwind game. Hopefully you won't lose them carelessly this time, though.
This first map is just so important for this best of 3 and how it's going to unfold, because TaeJa, he needs a little bit of confidence right now. He just lost with 2-0 against Seed. Violet must feel pretty good defeating a Terran player, the current champion, with 2-0. So this game is setting the pace for the whole entire best of 3 now. And it's this best of 3 what it comes down to. We have another expansion for Violet.
Oh, look at this. This is beautiful.
What a timing.
Oh, no cancel.
There was just no time. He had no clue.
Oh,
there was a smoke screen. He moves out and takes it down. Perfect timing.
He's just leaving it there because he knows that that hatch is the next logical step. This is actually just... I got a little bit of chills when I watched that. That is hours of practice right there that you just watched. And he's going to force the hatchery down this time with his Marines, but he can actually just attack these melee units from the low ground. And this push, while he's distracted in the middle of the map, may actually tear through this hatchery at the bottom right. It's basically... It's recovered a lot of hit points, but it's still heavily damaged from earlier.
Oh, but look at the Corruptors. He's going for Corruptors. He takes down the Medivacs. He moves in with the Zerglings on the low ground.
This is one of those new styles, man. He's attacking with the Blue Flame, Hellions, and Marauders. Mostly Marines. Has to be very careful of the Banelings still. And this is scary for Violet. He doesn't know which angle TaeJa is going to take. He may just do a big elevator push. Even with the Corruptors there, he could do a lot of damage.
Well, he mixes it up a little bit because he doesn't attack purely with Marines and Hellions. This is the one push that I think is really sucks so much. But he actually has Medivacs, he has Marauders in this attack as well, so this is like really scary. But just the amount of Zerglings that he has, if he gets a good angle...
See how fast they die, though. You're right. He has to have the good angle when he approaches.
And he kind of has to get those... He needs to get those... if he gets Fungals, he's currently trying to get some Infestors into the game, then TaeJa will have a big problem.
Two-pronged attack, man. He's going to the 3rd base, and while the units come down to defend there, he's going to go into the center. Banelings are way out of position. They're not even able to attack either army, and TaeJa not wasting any time going through here. Now, while these units come to the south, he's going to break through the center.
But it doesn't matter. He's losing everything here. But Violet, what are you doing? Why do you not build Infestors? You have the upgrades already, but does he need them? He's moving in. TaeJa is ahead in supply, but now these Zerglings start to chase down every single Marine there is. The Marines targeting the Queen, targeting the drones. All of the Medivacs going to die, and Violet, he pulled this defense off and is now on 4 bases. But
the Hellion harass is not over.
Oh, you're right, there's still 2 left.
Oh, so many drones going down here. He could have even gotten more if he microed these.
What is Violet doing? He's AFK. Look at his minerals. He had 3,000 a second ago, and he has 1,500 gas. He's now starting all these upgrades, but where are the Infestors? Why is he not getting Infestors? He has Pathogen Glands. He researched it. There they are. 7. Way too late.
Seems as if he thought he made them, or something like that. Everyone has these moments in the game where you think you made the unit, or they're like, I could have sworn I made that pylon, but I never did.
Exactly what do you mean.
And I'm sure that must have been what happened.
He played really well, nonetheless. He was able to force Violet Pit, but think about this attack with Fungal.
This is a great engagement. You're right. It could have been so much better with Fungals. Even so, though, he's going to catch the last army of TaeJa. Watch his supply fall. Probably could have saved those Banelings, but he's going to use them regardless. And the supply even here, 152 each.
I have to say that Violet is playing this so well. TaeJa's attack was very, very carefully designed. He played this out in his mind, and he attacked at the right angle. But now we have even Vision Gren on the high ground with a Marine. Brilliant. But coming back to the point, Violet with his defense, this is brilliant, even though everything was delayed, but his macro is just slipping. He has a problem with his lava. He needs a macro hatch, Wolf.
Yeah, he does. He needs a macro hatch. He may be so, yeah. I mean, he's just not able to spend his money. These Marauders will be cleaned up on the right side. They did do the damage. They did kill that third gas. Right now, TaeJa, he's got the third base. He's mining only minerals from there.
The reason why I'm actually getting so agitated about it is just that I think Violet is playing a great game and TaeJa is also doing so well. This is an amazing game. I don't want this game to end just because one of the players is running out of lava, for example.
Right.
So if he actually is able to spend his money, we will have such an epic match here. It's already a great game with all these attacks that we currently witness. Another drop in the main base. And this time Violet has the anti-air. He built those Corruptors for the single purpose of taking down Medivacs. And this is so cool. This is so brilliant because that's what he struggled with against MVP.
And look at this, tearing through that gas again with a scan, clearing up these tumors as well. And this is a split push that he's doing here. He's going to be able to potentially kill the hatchery, but he has to be careful his army on the low ground. The Zerg army is much better here as the army is a little bit fragmented.
TaeJa has to be careful, but let's not forget, even though TaeJa is losing kind of a lot of these battles, he always has a few units that are dropping somewhere. He has another dropship on the way, and he has 4 bases. He never missed anything. He's still in his main base. He is establishing those bases. He has 71 SCVs. He never neglected his macro, never neglected his economy. He was always aware that this is not an all-in push, that he's not gonna kill Violet here. He might damage him, but he has to set something up and prepare for the late game.
Yeah, he has really nice contingency plans set up, and these overlords are rather the Ultralists.
TaeJa split though.
Yeah, they were really good. The Ultralists, I think, should not be engaging against this Concave, but great fungals nonetheless, and Violet's going to get out with a 50 supply lead.
Wow.
7 Ultralists more on the way. The hatchery remains alive in the center. We're going to watch SCVs block Ultralists. One of the reasons why we will see that new upgrade in Heart of the Storm. At this point...
That was brilliant by TaeJa.
Yeah.
That was really well played. This Concave, and he lured Violet into attacking into this Concave, and those Ultralists, they were kind of lost. They were surrounded by everyone.
TaeJa wants to kill that hatchery in the middle desperately. He's damaged it heavily. I would not be surprised to see 1 or 2 dropships fly in there and target it down, because that's what he needs to do at this point. He needs that hatchery dead. That's the only thing he really can do. He can't fight Violet straight up at this point until he gets an advantage. After he trades enough times,
Look
maybe
at this.
he can.
The drone dice. You talked earlier about how well TaeJa actually played when he had this a couple of Marines in position because he anticipated the expansion. Now he does it again. He has Marines everywhere, and he tries to take this expansion down. He's trying to cut Violet off. And yeah.
It's impossible to attack with that.
Siege tank on the low ground. As soon as you attack in there, he just moves back, lures you into the siege tank range, and then boom, all your banelings are gone. The infestors as well, if you're unlucky.
The Zerg army is getting trapped a little bit here. Kaldor, he's actually, if he doesn't path this well, he's going to be in trouble. He sent his army in 2 different directions. He hesitates a lot. This is a great engagement for TaeJa. He's already split down here at the south, but TaeJa's going to lose half of his army now fighting against the Zerg army. He didn't use the flank that he had.
TaeJa is actually losing everything here. I think Violet was just a little bit too fast with the Zerglings and tried to lead the charge with the Ultralisk. Therefore, moving the Zerglings a little bit back. But once again, TaeJa, he's on top of things. He sends in a few units. The reinforcements, they are rallied towards the top right. He is not taking them down. Now a few of them stop by and killed the Marines and the Marauders. And TaeJa is being pressured.
He is being pressured heavily, man. And the Fungals are coming down. The Siege Tank's doing a ton of damage to the Infestors, trying to close the distance. The Zergling's coming from behind, and TaeJa may lose this first game. Violet is unstoppable. He's trying to attack the center location. And look at this, breaking through now to the natural. More Zerglings streaming in.
Wow, Lings everywhere, everywhere. And the expansion is even delayed. There are just too many units. He attacked TaeJa from every side. GG! Violet violates TaeJa in game number 1.
Violate indeed, man. He looked violent, even. His attacks were great. They were very cost efficient, all of them. The Infestors were late. Oftentimes had trouble spending his money, but everything that he did with his fights, he always fought in the right location. He always had, even in that situation where he got trapped on 2 sides, he decided to not hesitate and attack one of his opponent's armies while it was in a half position, and that's what won him the game.
We are surrounded. great, now we can attack into any direction.
Exactly.
I think there was one Warcraft 3, I have no idea. But yeah, the thing is...
Violet's a Warcraft 3 player, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't 100% sure about that.
The problem that I have now, that I just see, is TaeJa's confidence. He played so well against MVP, took him down, and he was so happy about it. He was like, yes, everything is going my way, everything is going great. Then he loses to Seed and it's like,
in
okay,
a crazy
well,
fashion too. Not even just losing the Seed, but losing the Seed in the saddest way you could ever lose to
yeah, but
anybody.
still, he's like, okay, this is sad, but still, it's okay. Now he's down the game. And that must feel so bad, because he lost 3 games in a row now. And if he does not get into this mindset where he's like, okay, I am a killer, I am going to win this, I'm a winner and I'm going to take him down, then he might just play too timid.
He may. He's one loss away from being out. Falling back into Codas. We'll have to see him next season. He has to win this game, and the next game afterwards, Violet is 1 win away from round of 8, his first time back in Codas. He got a seed, and he is showing that he deserves it. He is showing he is a top-notch Korean pro. He's lived abroad, but he is still able to fight with the best of them, not only overseas, but on Korean soil as well. And we are going to
TaeJa
start.
Shipyard is, of course, the map.
Yep.
TaeJa loves it, and he's going to take this small advantage. Violet against TaeJa here, the GSL Codas of Colin Wolf.